Ms. Dean's 17-month-old daughter, Jakaya, is not your biological child. You say you moved her into your home, laid out the red carpet, only to find out she was rolling around with other men in your home.
Here we go once again. Another case centered on cheating accusations. This time, it is between Mr. Wilson and Miss Dean. What began as a loving relationship for Mr. Wilson has now taken a sharp turn, leaving him feeling trapped in what seems more like a nightmare than a partnership. But the question is, are Mr. Wilson's claims about Miss Dean actually true, or is he simply imagining things that are not really there?
Mr. Wilson, you've been informed of the pregnancy. Were you there at the birth? What happens when Jakaya was born? Stop talking, Miss Dean. I asked Mr. Wilson a question.
This relationship began with all the right intentions. Two people who knew exactly why they chose each other. But at some point, everything turned upside down. The real question now is, what could have pushed Miss Dean to allegedly change course?
He told me I didn't have sex with him. He's just laying on the couch. Okay, I went with that. When I ran into him at the bus stop, I said, this is coincidence. Now I can man up and ask him face to face. What's the story in his end? If it add up to what she's telling me, then I have no doubt.
This case has taken a more dramatic turn. It comes out that Miss Dean has been meeting up with her ex. She firmly denies that anything intimate happened, but the situation itself looks suspicious. To make matters worse, Mr. Wilson hears the story directly from the ex, and naturally, he takes it as the truth.
It's not your baby, it's his baby. Like the Byron.
I said,
he was like, that's right, that's my baby, bring back my baby. She said, yeah, I did it again, bring me back my baby.
What a shocking way to reveal that Mr. Wilson might not be the child's father. But here's the confusing part. After admitting she only wanted her child back so she could be with her ex, why is Miss Dean suddenly insisting that Mr. Wilson should step in as the father? The pieces don't quite fit, and it's clear this story still has more layers to uncover.
God, because if I was, I would probably have an altercation with her family by them popping up like that.
I see you.
But she said, I heard her family said, that's not his baby. Where that baby at? That's not his baby.
Mr. Wilson has finally had enough of the constant back and forth with Miss Dean, and now he is determined to put an end to it once and for all. Even his sister has stepped forward in the courtroom to testify on his behalf. Just imagine raising a child for months, pouring in love and care, only to receive a threatening phone call telling you to give that child back because you might not even be the father.
She knew all that, what I've been through, even in my past relationship. So I thought that she was willing to give me something that she kind of even regretted not giving me in the beginning of our relationship when we had history.
It seems that Miss Dean may have taken advantage of Mr. Wilson during a vulnerable moment, just to keep him close. She was fully aware of what he was going through, yet she went along with his wishes. Then, months later, she returned and discarded the one thing that had given him hope and joy.
It's been determined by this court. Mr. Wilson, you are not the father.